And Heather's just crossing this river, which we know can be pretty dangerous when it's in spate. It's actually quite low at the moment. I've just managed to hop across on some boulders where I'm stood, but really just by the skin of my teeth, kind of wet to the ankles, which is fine. I've got Gore-Tex socks on, but it was a bit hit and miss, a bit slippery. Relied on my poles to stay on my feet a few times. Heather has just stopped to put her camera away in her waterproof bag, in her rucksack, just in case it all goes wrong. So it looks like she's heading upstream to reassess her options. So for us today, the river crossing is more about trying to keep our Gore-Tex socks dry. So we now have that classic dilemma that I'm on one side of the bank and Heather's on the other side of the bank, where she's currently looking for somewhere to cross. So Heather's just made the sensible decision to just take her shoes and socks off and cross the river at the bottom where it's shallowest and easiest and safest. For our runners, they've got the kind of dilemma of speed. They don't want to take their shoes and socks off, it takes time. And also once you've got your shoes off, you've got much less grip on the bottom of the river, so there's a safety aspect to that as well. The issue being, where I'd crossed, although I kept my shoes and socks on, it was a higher consequence crossing, so if I'd messed it up I would have, well, wiped out and ended up in some pretty deep water. So, you know, it's not the best or not the easiest decision sometimes to make. So Heather's now doing the barefoot crossing method. It's quite nice, I suspect, having had, we must have been walking for, I don't know, getting on for 10 hours, 9 hours now, so I bet that cold water is really nice actually. You can see here why the walking poles are absolutely brilliant, and we had a crossing like this but a few days ago on a river probably twice the width and twice the depth, so between knee and thigh depth, and flowing significantly quicker, and we held onto each other's rucksack straps under the arms and moved one leg at a time, supported ourselves with the poles, took it very, very carefully and got across. I wouldn't say it was safe, but it was a way of crossing a river in spate. Yeah, I was just explaining what the last one was like. Well, there you got it. I'm not sure if you heard that. Goldfish bowl in comparison. Well done. I think that was probably the best decision.
Do you feel like you could slip in there?
It's just where I crossed. I could have slipped in. It was really slippery. I was very reliant on my poles to stay upright. And they were taking my weight, and if I'd gone in, it was deep. It's waist deep. So, and it was flowing quicker, and I had my iPhone in my pocket. I'd forgotten about. Well done.